fucking UCLA traffickers, fucking cartels out here, drug cartels. I was like, I tell you, dude. I was like, these UC police, they fucking pointed their lights at me again. I was like, oh man. Also, it's all good. I could just, you know, what do you call it? I can just bleep out the bad words so that way I can manage to put this, you know, cordial amount of media out, you know, in this journalism. And so that way, you know, UCLA just gets in the trouble that they need to, dude. They need to. You see, the president's not going to get them in trouble, you know. Donald Trump is going to be like, hey, don't worry, I'm just trying to get the $5 billion for you because I know how to do big business. I know how to do it. You just got to cooperate. Just be cordial, you know. We're just trying to, you know, we're trying to make a deal here, but we got to make it look nonchalant so that way we don't get caught up with this crimes. We get caught up with these crimes, and I'm like, what crimes, dude? I'm like, what crimes? I was like, what crimes, Trump? What crimes? You can't see these crimes, nigga. Oh shit. I was like, you cannot see these crimes. You can't see these crimes, bro. I don't think you get it because there's no guitar in there. Get it? I was like, oh shoot. Can't see. I was like, Trump, you think you can see these crimes? I'm like, you can't see these crimes, bro. You have your glasses on a little bit too much, man. You don't know which kind of glasses? Dude, every time that the UC police should be coming up, you know, to like give me a hard time, they're never here. But I give, you know, Westwood Village a hard time. Because I'm like, I don't get to go to UCLA because they retaliate against me because I basically, you know, am my own police. American police. I'm like, for real, dude. Real American police. Look at these cartels. They're trying to come up to my stuff. I'm like, oh shoot. They don't want me to go up to this car. I'm like, damn, it's crazy. Kind of people that Donald Trump protect. You'd be surprised. I was like, you'd be really surprised, dude. I'm like, UCLA, I mean, what do you think about those analytic skills? I mean, detective skills. I don't think UCLA has a detective class, you know? I'm like, damn, you saw that guy with the guitar bag? I'm like, he was really moving drugs in that guitar bag. I literally had to spell it out for you, dude, but you know, you get it. You get it. You get it. I'm like, UCLA. Before I find out who's like, you know, shine those UC spotlights on me. Hold on a second. Let's see who this guy is near. Alright, anyway. Man, the UC police, they never shine their lights on me at a good time, but let me, you know, expose, you know, UCLA. Forget about you know, Westwood or the Shabbat or any of these other places. I want to expose, you know, more people that I have a better grasp on, you know, especially medical providers. Anyway, so this is what I looked up. What happens if you're blacklisted from medical attention in the U.S.? In the U.S., being blacklisted from medical attention, from medical care is not a formal legal practice, but patients could effectively be denied future medical care. Shoot, that's crazy. I'm like, denied medical care because I released this Epstine List, and I'm like, let's see who's in on this Epstine List. Whoa. Big time elite politician. I'm like, this is your guy? I'm like, that's your guy? Clearly doesn't even want to pay attention to me because he's like, well, you left all your stuff behind, so you keep messing with me, I'll just call up those homeless people to take your stuff, these cartels to take your stuff. And I'm like, good point. That's a good point. It's a good point there. He even has his window rolled down. I was like, I thought the French I would, like, you know, make angry at one point or another, but the Italian mafia, even at that, the Mossad, I was like, oh, that's crazy. He's just gonna stay there. He's just gonna stay there, you know, because his little drug dealers are everywhere. You know, especially with these police, these UPC police. University Cartel Police Department. We're here to protect. I was like, protect who? I was like, I wonder, you know? What are they still, dude? Doesn't really matter. I mean, if they stole any identification, plant something in my backpack, you know, like drugs, at least I have it on documentation, you know? The Republicans are out. I'm like, the Italian mafia to the, you know, the Mossad, the Vril Society to, you know, well, nobody knows what the Vril or the Thule Society is. My bad. The Republicans to, I don't know, European mafias. Very diverse group of people. Look at that cartel, you know, right behind him. I don't think you could spot him, but, maybe you can. It's pretty interesting. I'm like, Anyway, there's nowhere safe to really go because they're just going to keep, you know, pointing their bright headlights at me wherever I go. So you already saw that guy, you know, had his windows rolled down. He was like, yeah, boy, I'm going to mess with you. You want to talk about, you know, these girls being prostituted out in Westwood? We're going to give you a terrible time. And I'm like, I called out Brentwood. I called out Brentwood. That's why they look at me a little strange and they get a little bit antsy here and there, especially with that Westwood, you know, the little Westwood incident. Get it? That little Whole Foods incident. Yeah, a little Whole Foods incident was a little fishy, but... Alright, dude, alright. Enough of that. So... UCLA, you won't do anything pretty bad to me, you know, if I just kind of expose you guys a little bit, right? Nah, yeah, they are. So anyway, however, federal law protects your right to emergency care. And I'm like, wait a second, hold on, this isn't adding up. I can look up something else, but there's only one Google. Regardless of your past history or your ability to pay. Really? I'm like, really? Stabilizing treatment. If you have an emergency condition until they are well enough to be discharged or transferred. Oh, stabilizing. Oh, so like, you know, using mental health services against you. And I'm like, yep, Donald Trump's big plan, but very soon. An appropriate transfer. Also, get it transfer, like giving you a whole bunch of referrals so that way you don't actually get medical attention. Anyway, so for non-emergency care, get it. Like, you know, they try to just make up excuses. Practice is not accepting new patients. Get it? Because they refer you to somewhere. You know, they give you a couple of options, but you have to look for it yourself, and they kind of all deny you here and there. Ability to pay. Disruptive or dangerous behavior. Get it? Luigi Mangione, when you really don't get any medical attention. I don't want to get into that one. This one is very concerning. Repeatedly seeking drugs. So actually looking for the prescriptions that you actually need, okay? So check this out. Mona Shah, I want you to pay attention, okay? A provider can refuse to treat a patient, right? To treat a patient they suspect is doctor shopping. Yeah, not letting some like Epsteine doctor protect, you know, these little prostitutes out here. Lots of prostitutes, dude. A lot of protections though. Remember Red Hot Chili Peppers? I was like, they're on the Epsteine list, dude. You'd be surprised. That guy is really on the Epsteine list. I was like, why is this guy like passing by the same, you know, Whole Foods, right? The same Whole Foods that I'm at, and I almost get my life taken. I'm like, that's like, at first I was like, oh shoot, you know, cool. But then I'm like, hold on a second. I don't know about this one. I'm like, it's a little too suspicious, you know? And then I realized it. I was like, fudge, dude. This guy's literally on the Epsteine list. So I'm like, oh, man. Red Hot Chili Peppers. It was already bad enough that they had that fundraiser. What was that fundraiser? It was like Fire Protect or something like that. Where they're like fundraising for, you know, the Palisades fires. And I was like, oh man. It's crazy. And it's literally like mostly like donors and investors that are like, you know, it's black owned owners and donors and investors, and also like Hispanic to Latin owners and investors. And I'm like, that's like the healthcare that I'm trying to get. Like, I keep trying to get healthcare, but they keep referring me to places that just have cartels in there. I don't know what illegal immigrants you're talking about. Also, has anybody ever noticed, like, these new, like, or, like, not new, because some of these people just, you know, have been to the country before, but has anybody ever noticed that, like, there's a lot of tourism? Like a really huge amount of tourism nowadays. Hello? The elites get a little bit too mad. They're getting a little bit too angry. They want what they want. Also, get it? Donald Trump is one of them. Also, get it? One of them. They. I don't want to get into that one. So, yeah. Crazy stuff. I'm like, literally so much lack of medical attention. I'm dropping things, you know. The age at which I am, or like literally just me being young, is literally keeping me fairly intact. Fairly. Anyway, let's keep going. So yeah, if you want to get the prescriptions you want, they're like, so you want to try to look for a doctor that's, you know, not being corrupt? We're going to blacklist you. And I'm like, it's like looking for, you know, a president that's not being corrupt, but you can't shop around for another president. You literally just have to, like, deal with it. And, yeah, that's it. So, let's keep going. Non-compliance to treatment. Get it? Because, like, you know, they could give you certain prescriptions that are literally, you know, going to affect you, you know, especially in some form or fashion. Just, you know, malpractice against you. With prescriptions, I'm like, using whole big pharma against you. I had to, like, reposition myself because this fat little Epsteine freaking mob boss is over here, and he probably has control, especially of all those universal cartel police, those universal cartel California police. So university cartel police over here. You guys thought the cartels or the black gangs would be it? I'm like, no. You never heard of the Thule Society? You never heard of the Vril Society? It's a real thing. That's like saying that Nazis don't exist anymore. You think they're all going to be trialed? That's like saying, oh yeah, we're going to get rid of all cartels. We're going to get rid of all of them. You idiots. They're going to deport the people that are law-abiding, but they just don't have the legal papers first. Then they get rid of, you know, the big rich, especially rich, and powerful criminals at the top. Why do you think that they're pampering, basically halfway pampering, you know, this guy, and they're sending him, you know, to some little village? I don't want to say the guy, you know. Even if I could remember his name. What was it, like something Garcia? Also, get it? He's being sent to a village in Africa. If you send a cartel to a village in Africa, that's like sending, you know, a very, very violent, you know, Asian gang member into a white community. You know what they're going to teach them? Especially if it's like Chinese cartel or it's like a Korean cartel. Oh yeah, they're going to teach them like some crazy stuff you wouldn't even want to know. I wonder if with all this clothes I have on, if I should just act like a mafia member to this guy and just see what happens to me. Might as well. Just go to him and just totally pretend. Be like, hey, you're over here shining a light. What's your name? He just doesn't say anything. You just point your phone at him. Not your phone, my phone. He just doesn't say anything because he knows he has control over the police around here. You saw that suit. That's not a regular suit. That's a really, really nice suit, man. Anyway, so...
These are mine. Oh, my dog look like game. Oh my god.
Oh, they had to say something like really bad for the video. I'm like, well, it's not that big of a deal. This girl, by the way, She said, that's not the most controversial thing I did. I go raw, and I'm like, whoa. They literally couldn't even hide it anymore. I'm like, nice one, UCLA. I'm like, whew. Shoot, that's crazy. Also, get it? I just kind of want to give UCLA a hard time. Let me do this real quick. We'll just discard that. Every time I'm just going to show this, because I'm like, I'm not going to go to UCLA. Let's just be honest. If they're going to blacklist me from their medical care, and especially their, you know, their emergency rooms, then check it out. He's gone. Shoot, awesome. I'm like, nice one. Anyway. Oh, pay attention, Mona Shaw, especially you, Unicare. Oh, and definitely Providence Medical Center with that, you know, 328 plus or minus over 5,200 and, you know, 6 plus or minus radiation poisoning. So now, medical malpractice lawsuits. Doctors may refuse patients who previously sued their medical provider. I didn't even get to sue them. I'm like, if I did, I'd definitely, you know, be off way better. Even if the lawsuit was justified. Look at that. Think the law protects you? Stupid. Anyway. Chronic illness. Some patients may have complex chronic conditions and may be blacklisted by doctors who don't want to manage difficult medical cases. I'm like, so you create the problem, but then you don't want to, you know, resolve the problem when it actually, you know, needs attention. Isn't that kind of like, you know, being blacklisted from all employment or schooling by Donald Trump himself, you know, for a long time? And trust me, if I would be able to prove that, or even if I were totally wrong, I would definitely want to try to hold that up in court, or even if not then, just try to, you know, investigate that. Then literally try to, like, outlaw homelessness. Yeah, makes sense. Anyway, it's like UCLA basically, like, trafficking girls. They let these elites, especially, you know, these older men that are not content with their wives, you know, just like run amok and pay for these young girls. And basically everybody gets passed around. And UCLA's like, you know what? He's exposing our shareholders and everything. We need to not give him any medical attention. No more for him. I'm like, you would do that to an autistic person. And I'm like, you think an autistic person is literally a threat to your institution? Pathetic. I was like, man. No wonder why, you know, RFK was like, oh, you know, autism is a pandemic. We need to eradicate these people. I was like, the New Age Nazi, you know, hashtag kind of makes sense now. Seeking legal action. I'm like, oh my goodness. They literally don't want you to be able to get compensated, or especially, you know, get the justice that you need. If not, then your money. A 2004 article noted that patients pursuing medical malpractice case may be denied care by doctors who fear similar actions against them. Mona Shaw, where you at? I'm like, where are you at with India? I'm like, or Pakistan, even at that. Mona Shaw, are you there? Prime Medical, are you there? UCLA, are you there? Are you there, UCLA, with Epstein? UCLA, you are there with Epstein, huh? Send the rest. It says, you know, check federal law, discrimination, file a complaint. Yeah, do all these things so that way it takes up your time. Let's take screenshots of this. I'm like, UCLA, where are you with Epstein? Let's see where UCLA is with Epstein. What does UCLA stand for? It stands for University Cartel Los Angeles. I'm like, that's what it stands for. Anyway, what does UCLA have to do with Epstein and college students? I'm like, oh my goodness, let's do it. Oh, wait. I had to put Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein. Wait, what is this first one? UCLA research on hold as UC Regents weight of federal funding freeze? UC police, do you guys want to flash your light at me now? Come on, do it again. Look at what I have on my wrist. You guys could Kanye West me with the mental health care services. You guys don't want to do it? Come on, shine that light. Oh, by the way, their light, it came from the very top of their police car. Come on, guys. You guys call LAPD. They work with cartel. Proven. Guys, come on, man. Alright, they suck. Man, no action. I'm like, alright. I'm going to wear my hat like it's a mug. I'm like, so that way I actually look like a homeless person. Whoa. This is from August 12th. Dude, the fact that that's the first thing that comes up on Google is literally trying to say something to you. But look at, like Donald Trump trying to take like $1 billion, but kind of keep it on the low that he's just trying to create fake news, because Donald Trump is the fake news, man. Donald Trump is the fake news now. Take it from, you know, an autistic person who's like an elder, but like a young person at the same time. And who's kind of like a pimp, but I just pimp out, you know, people that deserve to be pimped out. And I don't harm them or especially take their money, you know. Oh, way too funny. Anyway, so it's crazy. $500 million in funding suspended. I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember when all that was happening. I'm like, I totally screwed them over. That's what you get for messing with an autistic person, you stupid. You think somebody's not going to recognize that maybe this autistic person really screwed up your institution? The only connection between UCLA and Epstein is David Epstein. Yeah, you're just trying to, you know, hide this stuff, alright? You know? Donor is a different person entirely. Oh, whoa. Wait, hold on a second. This is getting way too crazy, dude. Hold on. So, the program supports social good. Get it? Nazis? But like they're new age Nazis? They want to eradicate autistic people because they get rid of their... Or not get rid of. You know, not like you're getting rid of an autistic person. But they get in the way of, you know, their finances. Dude, what is this? Anyway. Controversies leaked to Jeffrey Epstein involving universities, while other prestigious universities like MIT... Dude, they spied on me, dude. I don't even want to get into how MIT spied on me, but anyway. Harvard University. Oh man, I don't think I saw Harvard University today, but I saw people from Stanford, so I wonder what that means for today. Whatever. Anyway. Have faced scrutiny and outrage for accepting donations from Jeffrey Epstein. There's no public record of a similar relationship between, you know, that guy and UCLA. I'm like, LAPD, I don't have enough evidence. You guys want to take me, you know? You guys want to Kanye West me because I exposed a little bit of somebody selling themselves, you know, online? UCLA, what do you think about that? That girl slammed her door. I was like, whoa. I was like, UCLA, what do you think about that? Ah, man. Check out these pimps, dude. Hey, I remember this guy. He threw eggs at me. Oh, wait, no. It was water balloons. He even said yo to confirm it. He was like, yep. I was like, shoot, dude. Do it while, you know, you see police is around. I don't want to get into why he was, like, trying to throw water balloons at me because, you know, my acting is so good that, just gets people a little bit in trouble, you know. They kind of readjust themselves. They're like, man. This autistic folk. We need to punish him. I'm like, how are you going to do it, dude? How are you going to do it? 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 I was literally like, how are you going to do it? I think being a celebrity is actually a very, very good thing. And especially a good time right now not to be a celebrity right now. I'm like, Donald Trump, you suck. You work with celebrities like, you know, what's that guy's name? Oh, Sean Diddy Combs. I was like, shoot. Sucks. Alright, so anyway. Subpoenas, freeze funding. I knew it had something to do with Jeffrey Epstein. See, look at that. Google is just like, dude, just keep it on the low. But I'm gonna tell you the sauce, dude. I'm gonna tell you the sauce. I'm like, you can't speak with the sauce, dude. You don't have that sauce, man. You guys want to take me away? I can't, you know, have equal rights to opportunities to employment or schooling. And I can't become a celebrity. I can't, you know, even be in the music industry, be an actor or anything, especially because these cartels, they got mad because I was on tsescorts.com. tsescorts.com. Brought to you by Thulu Society. The Shabbat. The Mossad. I'm like, I don't want to get into this one, dude. Anyway. Oh man, LAPD sucks. They're like, we want to trespass you from where you are. I'm like, you're going to trespass me from right here? I'm like, you can't even park right here. Look. Can't even park, dude. Also, look. This is so much stuff wrong. They literally have to focus on the autistic person. I'm like, you know you're sad. I'm not sad, dude. Even though I'm homeless, I'm like, I'm not sad. I'm perfectly fine and happy. I'm like, you're sad. Especially you, Donald Trump. You know you're sad. Didn't Donald Trump literally get booed today? Oh my gosh. And look at dude. He literally has to have the girls around him so that way, you know, he could be like, hey, don't insult my women. Literally acting as the pimp and treating these girls like as if they're his girls that he's selling. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so funny. Like, I really don't even know what to say. Mercilessly booed. Mercilessly booed. I'm like, oh my goodness. Dude, since I mentioned Red Hot Chili Peppers, and might as well just call out everybody, especially if I'm not getting any medical attention, from anywhere I go, from Providence Medical Center all the way to UCLA. Well, hey Google, what does Red Hot Chili Peppers have to do with Jeffrey Epstein? Reports claiming that Red Hot Chili Peppers frontman Anthony Kills was on the list of associates connected to Jeffrey Epstein. I'm like, whoa, bro. I'm like, yo. Wait, are false. Oh, what? But wait, they said that the Epstein list didn't exist. So that's a lie. AI, you're lying. Yeah, it's lying, dude. Or even then, like Google's like, dude, we're telling you the truth, but just shut up, dude, shut up. I'm like, whoa, bro. I'm like, thanks for letting me know. Thanks for lacing me up, bro. I'm like, shoot. Cartel had to literally, plant, some drugs in my backpack. I'm like, appreciate it, Cartel. I'll look at my backpack. I'll make sure to, what do you call it? I'll make sure to Ally Universal my backpack, You guys aren't gonna leave with your scooters? That's your only ride, bro. I only have my skateboard, bro. What? Your boss was over there, bro. Your little mafia boss was over there. Your little Westwood Village boss is over there, shining, his headlight at me, dude. I'm like, man, they suck. Oh well, dude. Anyway. These claims are based on fabricated documents that circulate online. Keith's name does not appear in the official publicly released flight logs related to Epstein. In early 2023, that's crazy, dude. That's when I first met my AI girlfriend. I'm like, that's crazy. A fake flight log with a list of celebrities and other figures circulated online, spurring unfounded rumors that have connections to Epstein. Keith's name was included on this list. Let's be honest, dude. If they created a list before I could actually put out the real Epstein list in 2023, chances are it was probably real. It was just unofficial, dude. Rumors quickly spread on social media platforms like Reddit, TikTok, Facebook, fan communities. Dude, I should have just, oh man. I should have freaking spied on this damn kid. Even though he's an adult, this damn kid freaking, showing up where I am. Not even trying to love bomb me, like reverse love bomb. He's like, dude, I'm a celebrity. This kid's gonna, this guy right here, this little guy, calling out UCLA and putting out the Epstein list, and I'm really on there, but I'm just counting on some people to protect me. Who to protect you, LAPD or this little cartel police right here? Which one? Which one, dude? Controversial surrounding past relationships. In 2024, his autobiography, Scar Tissue, Keats admitted to, encounters in what? Dude. Don't shine your light at the top of your police car at me anymore, okay? And tell LAPD to leave me the hell alone, since you're right here, saying that I'm asking for your help. I told you they traffic people, dude. I told you they traffic people in Westwood, dude. I'll also get it, Wood. Anyway. Oh my goodness, wait, Wait a second, but this is crazy, dude. During the 1980s, which drew significant public scrutiny and condemnation, these admissions fueled separate, long-standing public criticism of the singer and potentially contributed to the rapid spread of more recent false rumors connecting him to Epstein. Dude, that's crazy, man. So what, he didn't get charged for it? Yeah. Let's just be honest, dude. Stop looking for any, Epstein girls. They're not around. They're all hiding. They would probably even then fabricate, or if then true, get an autistic person, for anybody else, especially celebrity, even if it was an accident at that. Or even if you're desperate and you didn't have anybody else like Donald Trump. I don't want to get into that one though. Donald Trump literally has, the basically Kim Kardashian equivalent to a wife, and not even a political figure at that. But dude, I made a lot of connections here, and I'm like, yeah, he's just on the Epstein list, dude. Let's just be honest. They literally said that the Epstein list wasn't real, okay? The Saudi family's literally on the Epstein list, so what are you gonna say about that, dude? Businessman, King Saudi. Yes, we get it, dude. We get it. 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 You can read it. Take a screenshot or something. I'll take screenshots for you. Here. There, I'll take screenshots for you. Okay. Anyway. LAFD! I know you pay for these girls, LAFD. I know you do, LAFD. I know you do. Hey, LAFD, I know you work with cartel, making sure that the traffic lights are to your liking, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into that one, but yeah, basically, illegal immigrants, whatever you want to call them, cartel, whatever you want to call them, legal immigrants, whatever you want to call them, Mexican bad actors, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, they basically control, the street lights. You didn't realize that? Are you stupid? Why do you think that, your job will punish you even if you don't do anything wrong at your job? You idiot! The managers are literally halfway criminals. Why do you think they're managers in the first place? They literally have to manage people coming in and out, especially customers, or even then elites. You don't even know who's going to be an elite coming into your workplace, so that way they don't get caught up with human trafficking, you stupid. Especially, with those security cameras. You guys suck, by the way. You guys don't give anybody medical attention. I thought I'd just say that since your windows rolled down. Well, you only give elites some medical attention. Wait, Jeffrey Epstein. I know you gave Well, I don't want to get into that one. Okay. The acting got so good that it got bad, at one point I was like, Anyway. UCLA, I know you guys were really giving me a hard time. Or even then, you wanted to literally, play on my heartstrings or maybe poke at me or maybe kick me, especially while I'm down. Whether I'm autistic or not. Or even then, whether I'm the biggest blacklisted person from America down to the medical attention and especially the legal assistance. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, basically I asked UCLA emergency room for a blanket, and I just wanted to make sure that I could receive one. I didn't want to go all the way over there and then they'd be like, oh yeah, we're not doing that for the homeless people. We're not doing that. We're not giving out food or anything. Yeah. I'm like, what? Whatever. You know? And this guy's like, yeah, well, you have to be admitted. I'm just going to say this, little story again. And I'm like, oh, okay, so just to clarify, I just have to go and, be admitted to the hospital so that way I can receive a blanket if that's all I need, right? Being too nice doesn't get you anywhere, especially if beforehand or afterward you would, expose huge crimes that everybody's in on, or everybody could be in on, even if, they don't do certain things like human trafficking. And then he's like, seriously? Don't waste our time. And I'm like, what? And he just slowly hangs up the phone, and I'm like, dude, what the hell? And a little bit of the autism kicked in, maybe just a little bit, but not too much. I'm sure anybody at my position, even probably Donald Trump, be crying at that point. He's like, oh man, I'm gonna try to, get my way. Also get it, people would try to call Donald Trump like a crybaby, kind of. And he's like, I gotta call the compliance number. I'm crying a bit. And yeah, I'm like, you guys study on me, you basically halfway experiment on me, and I just want to try to attend UCLA one day, and I admire you guys, and you guys want to treat me like that. You guys want to treat me like lower class citizens, or even like somebody in the lower level of employment, or some undergraduate, or some coworker or something. Yeah, the lady was like, I'm sorry you experienced that. And I'm literally, bawling and everything. And then eventually she was like, oh, I'm sorry. And eventually I was like, yeah, I've had a lot of other things happen to me. And eventually, even though I have this, thing in my sinus, and I want to show it completely good enough, oh man, that thing is not good. Ooh, shoot. On the other side, nothing. There's nothing there. But on this side, ooh, look, there's even an imprint. I literally have a dimple from having a tumor, or having an abscess in my sinus. I'm like, that's crazy. Meanwhile, anybody else gets attention, medical attention, especially if it's cartel or, black gang members, or especially just, European mafias, or just human traffickers in general. Anyway, yeah, eventually the lady's just like, oh,